Hey, what's going on, man? I'm back with another Latinx hip hop interview, and I got three fellas join me today. If y'all could just introduce yourselves real quick.
Hey, what's up? It's Joe Chris. Big Two the Gorilla.
This is Chicano Vega.
Shit, what's going on, guys? How y'all been? How y'all doing?
Good man, appreciate it.
Yeah. So y'all called me out here today. Damn. Y'all called me out here today to do a interview off this EP that you got. You got a whole group called the Horseman.
Yeah, something like that. That's the title of the EP. Is just the Horseman. It's just not to single out anybody else, but it's just a group of guys that we decided to get together and put something together. Since we've been working individually, I've been working with each one of them individually. So I felt that how would it sound if I brought a group of artists together, especially Latinos, and each
Yeah.
one bringing their own lane to the thing. Nobody sounds the same. Nobody do anything, and we basically just been working together. And I just kind of drew them all together.
Oh, that's what's up, man. Shoot. Well, man. So you're the producer for the whole project. That's correct.
I am, yeah, yeah,
So
producer.
how long have you been doing and what got you into producing?
Oh man, I've been producing. I probably started in like '97, but I stopped for a long time due to financial reasons of growing up, like not really having a whole lot of money and then trying to get a career going. And then I recently picked it back up in 2018. And what got me going again was I was able to produce a song called Movida,
Mm-hmm.
which featured Marky Malice, Bo Bundy, and Isaiah De Leon. And I put it together for a gym that my cousin owns,
Oh shit.
Movida Fighting,
Uh huh.
Texas Hard Hitters, powered by Movida. And I called him. I was like, "Hey man, I'm back producing, and I would like to do a song for the gym that represents the gym and the Movida." And he's like, "You know what? It's all of us."
Yeah.
So I ended up putting up a song. We ended up going to the studio, and boom, we dropped it, and that's how it all started kicking off. After that, I was able to just kind of run with it and found my movement and found how loyal the Latin community is with their people and to carry us
Yeah.
and so it just kind of pushed me forward.
That's what's up. So you said that was in 2018.
That was 2018, yeah,
2018.
2018,
Okay.
29. Oh no, I started in 2018 producing again. I
Okay.
think this song, yeah, maybe by 2018, 19, around that time, I just went ahead and we shot for it.
Okay. By any chance, did you ever rap?
No, I never rap,
Nah.
man. You could probably go to some of the old schools that I went to school with. I always beat the desk in school, man. I was always the one doing that or beatboxing back in the day, just so folks can rap or DJing,
Yeah.
doing turntables and a mic and recording folks back in the day when I was starting at like age 11.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I would DJ for like my own for the school parties, the middle school parties and high
Yeah.
school parties. I was that DJ. I
Oh,
was
that's
that kid
tight.
that showed up and did that. So I always had an affinity for music.
Yeah.
So
Okay. That's cool. That's cool. And I know you've been dropping some projects here quite a bit. Ever since you got back into it in 2018, how many projects have you released?
oh man, it's I think EPs. I've only dropped uh one album, and that was with my boy Chu right here. We dropped City of Gold. Everything else has kind of been an EP with me and collaborating with multiple artists. Because for me, it's about bringing people together and
Yeah.
using my art to be able to help folks put their word together,
Mhm.
their art, and being able to find the right connection and getting my sound out along with getting them out, and then grouping a bunch of different guys who Chicano brings his fans, his artists, Chu does that, and they all kind of it's kind of like a network,
Yeah.
but through a compilation of my production and me being able to grow with them at the same time. And folks hear me, but at the same time, they hear Chicano, they hear
Yeah.
AB, they hear Chu, they hear Marky, they hear Chop, and any other artists I work with. So I try to collaborate and get those guys so everybody can hear each other and
Yeah.
bring different sounds together.
Gotcha. And I know when I first met you, or at least when I first heard about you, I noticed you and Chu got a lot of work together. Are y'all related, or how far y'all go back, or did y'all go to school together, something
No,
like
so
that?
here me and Chu hit it off pretty easy because we're actually from the same neighborhood.
Oh, okay.
And we kind of we knew each other in passing, like kind of seen each other, heard each other, and through the neighborhood. And then we linked up through a buddy of ours named Road Dog,
Mm.
and me and Chu. Ever since then, we hit up like it's like family, man. Um, just work ethic. work ethic. Same like all these other guys, they all have work ethic, you know. But it's being able to. They're all so busy too. So
Yeah.
but Chu and I, we've kind of hit it off, and ever since then, I guess, you know, we just kind of been working together quite a bit and finding the sound, finding ourselves, and
Gotcha. Shoot, I know this might be a little off topic, but it was just something that came to my head right now. I think it was about a year ago, or maybe 6 months ago. I had shared the song y'all got with Jeezy, and
oh yeah,
that really got. It seemed like it went viral on TikTok, and people were just going off in the comments. Did y'all? How y'all feel about that those reactions
oh
y'all
man,
getting?
well, you know, you got it, good with the bad, man, bad with the good. It doesn't matter. Everything we do is not for everybody, and
Yeah, sure.
and for the ones that do love us, and thank you. You know, they're our fans and they like the music, and that's fine. But speaking of that song was actually, so it was an intro to
Yeah.
that project, but it was the last song we did, because
Okay.
I felt like, just like the project we got going on, there's always that everything has to be complete, it has to feel right.
Yeah.
And I told you, I was like, man, it don't feel right. Like, we haven't done anything for our culture really. And so I sat there and made the track right in front of Chu, and we were like, look, I think I got it.
Yeah.
And we got it, and we called Jeezy, and that was it.
Yeah. How do you know Jeezy?
He's from the neighborhood.
Oh shit.
So
Okay.
we're all from the same neighborhood. That's why Jeezy was on that project. Jeezy was actually my neighbor.
Oh damn. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And Chu, how'd you feel about that reaction that you were getting online?
Oh shit, like you said, it comes with it, man. Ain't you know, it ain't our first rodeo, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
like I say, you gotta take it as it comes, bro. You know, it was funny, how you know what I'm saying? You know, because I know my raza how we talk shit. You know, they said no mames, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just my vibe, you know what I'm saying? But you know, especially on the track with like Ramon Ayala, man. You know what I'm saying? It's, you know, it is what it is. You gotta, you know, he's the king. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Accordion, so either they gonna love it or hate it. So, but hey, you got shitload of views. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Hell yeah. It went up like crazy.
Gracias.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
it was, like I said, it was funny, man. Like you
Yeah.
said, you gotta, like you said, if you got you ain't got tough skin, bro. You know what I'm saying? You in the wrong business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I
you
agree. Shoot. Well, shit. Now we're talking to you.
know.
How'd you get started in rapping? How long you been doing it?
Man, forever, bro. You know, as long as I could remember. But like, what really got me into it, bro? Like some homeboys from the neighborhood, they had a group called Criminal Rage, and
Hmm.
dog, when I heard that first, they first track, I was like, man, like, oh shit, we could do it like this, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Especially from the same neighborhood, you know what I mean? They were fucking with a producer, Michael Banks, and he did a lot of work for like Master P and
Oh shit.
Rap a Lot Records, and you know what I mean, with big names, and
Mhm.
to this day, you know what I'm saying, and he Trinity Garden Cartel, and you know what I'm saying, Criminal Element, all that,
Yeah.
Menace Clan, and like he's real.
Mike Jones.
Mike Jones,
He's a platinum producer.
yeah,
Big
Mike's Big Mike, some serious. Well, there was working with the homies from the neighborhood. So when I heard them, we always did it, but when I heard them, bro, it was like, oh shit, I want to do that shit like
Yeah.
how they doing it though. We was freestyling and writing this, but when I heard them, bro, I was just like, that shit was so inspiring. Like I said, coming from a neighborhood, you know what I'm saying, like ours, you know what I mean? Shit. That's how it got started, but like professionally and like doing shows and you know what I'm saying, talent shows and all that shit, trying to
Yeah.
was like in '06, '07, bro. Like
06, 07.
yeah, we ain't know no better, you know what I'm saying? We
Yeah.
just recording and doing talent shows and shit, and it was crazy. We went to one Club Rhythms on the southwest side. I think it's still there. I don't know if it's still there or not, but man, went up in that bitch and we won that hoe, bro.
Yeah.
With the prize money. It's like
Yeah.
$600, $700, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And for Raza to go up in there and
Nah, hell yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Man, it felt good, bro, you know what I mean? Then we got an interview with Hot TV. What was it back then, Wayne? Hot TV or
The one with D Solo.
Nah, not D Solo. It was with Wicked Cricket, way.
Oh man,
They interviewed R.I.P. Wicked Cricket, but he interviewed us and everything. They came on TV, bro, like, you know, Channel 39 or 20, whatever. You know, where homies were like, man, we seen you on TV, bro, and you know, shit like that made a motherfucker just wanna just keep smashing, you know what I mean? But you know, life gets in the way, so sometimes, you know, I stop for a minute too, you know what I mean? But shit, like Joe Chris said, we got back on it and shit, we've been rolling ever since, you know what I mean?
So you know, you being in the game for so long, is there any like legends that you worked with for the city?
Man, I did a song with Chingo Bling.
Oh, okay.
Like, it was like one of my first major features through Kiati.
From the radio?
Yeah, from the radio station, yeah. Like I said, when we're doing all them talent shows and everything, we're going there winning them, and he would host a lot of them shows, bro.
Yeah.
And that's how we got real good, you know, friends and shit. We, you know, became homies as family, you know what I'm saying?
That's dope.
And
Should we do Low G, Rashid?
yeah, you know what I mean? So, oh yeah, GT Garza, Low G, Rashid, like people we used to jam to, you know, GT go hard too, cause he's been in it for a minute too, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see you do a lot of collabs with him.
Well, man, we dropped an album, bro.
Oh, an album?
And I just been dropping on my singles, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But we did a big enough album that I could drop an album with a few singles, you know what I'm saying? But like in 2019, man, then when we did Pretty White Guts, we had shot the video, you know what I'm saying? And he just looked at me like, what's up, dog? Let's just do an album, you know what I mean? And shit, we got to working, you know what I mean? And shit, man, that Mexican work, you know what I'm saying? That's one of the hardest working Mexicans I know, bro. Like, I swear by the time I got to his house, man, hey, I got 2 tracks ready, chooses. I'm like, damn, bro, you know. But, you know, that's what he do, you know what I mean? But, yeah, bro, it was, like I said, Chingo, Rashid, Low G. Who else, man? I did one with OG, Ice Water Slaughter, and he's real big in the city. I mean, that's like OG legend, you know what I mean? Like, you know, shit, like somebody, like I said, we came up listening to, we know who it is, and respect, you know what I'm saying? Like, I still found my old CD cover for that album, bro, you know what I mean? Like, and then he calls me, you know what I mean? Like Point Blank, bro. I got it, you know what I'm saying? SPC, all them cats, you know, them knowing me personally, you know what I mean? That makes, you know, make you feel good, you know what I mean? It's just crazy, you know what I mean? Like, you know, how what this rap done took me, you know what I mean? But
Not that you sit and think about it.
yeah, you know what I mean? And then, you know, then to hear myself on 97.9, you know what I mean? Just, shit, how long you been listening to 97.9, bro? You know what I mean?
Shit, I remember when it was 104.9, wasn't it?
Nah, it was, we had 104.9. That was 93.7.
Oh, that's what that was? Okay, I thought it was nice.
Well, they had two
Stations.
2 stations, but it was the same.
The same,
Homie Marco and all that.
Yeah.
They're playing a lot of Chicanos from the city on there.
Yeah, but just to hear yourself, you know what I mean, going home on the, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, that's
not on Spotify, iTunes, and on your local radio station.
Yeah,
bro,
that's a big accomplishment right there.
You know, like, I ain't gonna lie, the first time they dropped it, I was all nervous and was like, oh man. But to have a homeboy from the penitentiary call you and tell you, man, I heard you on the fucking radio, bro. Just, you know what I mean? Make a Mexican feel good, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
for sure.
You know, just like I said, man, it's just an honor to work with these cats from Xicano, AB, Chop, Marky, and Joe Chris. You know what I'm saying? Say, you know, get in there with these boys. You know what I mean? They make you go to work, bro. Like,
yeah. What's crazy is the work. Like, so. Not to cut y'all off or anything, but you know we got the Horseman coming out, right?
Yeah.
And we were supposed to drop that, I believe. What did we call? What was the date? July 14th, I think, or 21st, or something like that. It was July 14th. But me as producing that project, I was kind of like, man, when I sat, because I probably memorized everybody's verse type thing,
Mm-hmm.
and I just didn't feel right. I was like, I got to keep up with these guys, man. They're putting it out there lyrically, and on certain songs, they were complete. But like the Horseman theme, which everybody will hear soon. I had to go back to the drawing board, man. I had to it just wasn't there yet. It wasn't giving me that feeling that I really wanted, and I felt like when I put all these guys together, that I got one shot.
Yeah.
I got one shot, and I want it to feel complete. And the production's got to match their lyrics, what they're spitting, what they're saying, and try to make it a movie.
Yeah.
And that's what I wanted. So I called on the Thief, aka Ryan Flores, guitarist, actually a musician, know him personally through Road Dogg again. He came by, called him without hesitation. He always comes through. He comes by, and we sat there. He picked my brain, and we probably came with about 5 or 6 different riffs for the song.
Mm-hmm.
And I went ahead and just let him play. I let him play, let him go, and then I come back and I just chop, get the parts that I like, and put them in and out the song, and keep producing that, and fixing things up to where it feels right.
Yeah.
And it feels right. So it's just going back to kind of iron sharpens iron.
Mm-hmm.
So these guys here, they go lyrically, man, and I feel like, God dang, I got to keep up with them, man. And it's not just beat making, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's literally trying to produce the project, from engineering it to make it sound right. What song, it's a whole lot that goes into it. And I just don't want to drop a project just to drop it,
Mm-hmm.
to say, oh, I got Big Chu on there. Oh, I got Marky, and I got Chicano. No. It's more than that to me. It's being able to not only put just a project out, but being able to make everybody else shine too, and give everybody their platform to be able to go out and put something like they can be proud of at the same time.
Yeah.
And just be like, oh, well, we did that, but it sounds okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't want it to sound just like another release. It needed to sound like a movie. And I think that's kind of the accomplishment with the song you like initially as the intro song. And I think that was the feeling I wanted to hear from people. And I think we've reached that goal. So
gotcha.
yeah,
So I do. We can go ahead and pass the mic to Chicano, but I do want to touch back later and talk more about the project. But just go one by one. So what's going on, Chicano?
What's up, dog?
I haven't seen you since that. Well, I know we did that. The stuff with Tex-Mex.
Okay, I saw you at Tillo's concert
Yeah.
briefly.
Yeah, that too. So man, hey, how'd you link? Now I know you're not from the same neighborhood as them. So how'd you link up with these guys?
So, let's see. I want to say I had started seeing Joe Chris popping up on maybe YouTube and Instagram. And he was already working with Chu. I started like, when you see something new, like, oh shit, this is dope, you go, check them out. You know what I'm saying? Go to the page or go to the channel, and going back in the catalog and hearing what they got. And I think he had just started working with AB and Chop. And I had like seen that they were doing stuff. And I want to say Chop was like, hey man, I'm doing a song for Joe Chris, and somebody was supposed to be on this track, but he ain't gonna be able to be on it. And he asked me if I knew anybody, and he's like, man, I know who would go hard on this, because of the concept for the song, and that was Bound by Honor. And so I'm like, hell yeah, tell him I'm down, dog. Like, whatever. I seen what he's already doing. I seen what Chop's already doing. So I'm like, hell yeah, let's do it, dog. Me and Chop already had a collab out. So I was like, oh shit, well, they're from the east side. I saw that they're from the east side. I thought maybe they were like, like the way him and Chu are, that they know each other. So he sent me the beat. I wrote to it. I reached out to Joe Chris. I sent him like a rough draft I recorded at my apartment. And he was like, hell yeah, sounds good, man. Let's get you over here to drop the verse. And And then I was talking to Chop, and I'm like, oh yeah, man, like, man, that's a hard song. Thanks for throwing me out there, making the connection. And then I'm asking him like, hey, so like, how y'all know each other? Like, y'all from the same neighborhood or? Nah. So man, I thought y'all knew each other. Like, they're from the east side, you're from the east side.
Yeah.
Nah, man, we just started working with him. I'm like, oh shit! Like, all of a sudden, the east side's blowing up. You know what I'm saying? They're from the east side, AB and Chopping on them from the east side, but different parts of the east side.
Yeah.
To me, it's just like, oh shit! I thought everybody was just, coming all together, dog. El Dorado and all of them. But nah, he's like, nah, man, we did like a couple of songs, and I'm not sure how they met, but that was the connection that Chop made with me and Joe Chris. And then I met, Joe Chris and Chu. I met Chu through Joe Chris. They showed up to the White Oak show that we did last October in 2022. And then talking to them, turns out my big homie from West End, who rapped and got me into rapping, he was my older homie. He took me to the studio for the first time when I was 17, and he introduced me to the rap game. Took me to a legit studio, which happened to be Mike B's studio. You know what I'm saying? And so I met Mike B, who was this platinum producer and legendary producer for the Trinity Garden Cartel. And if anybody listening or watching don't know who that is, do some Houston history. You know what I'm saying? D from Trinity Garden Cartel, Chucky Trill's dad. Rest in peace, Chucky Trill. And you know what I'm saying? Herb Man and all them. So we were like meeting the same people, but not crossing paths back in the day.
That's what I was about to ask you too.
You know what I'm saying? But check this out. So then my homie Gigolo from West End, he was in a rap group. And he's like, yeah, man, I'm in a rap group. I heard you rap. So I'm like, yeah. I was standing on the corner with my other little homies. He pulls up in the car. Hey, I heard you rap. What's up? I'll be freestyling out there and shit. Yeah, man, meet me at my house in an hour. Go to his house an hour later, you know what I'm saying, with the little homies on bikes and shit. And took me to Mike B's studio. So that first night we went, I met Mike B. We went like, the other homie dropped us off like at 11 p.m. We were in that bitch all night. We walked out, it was 7 a.m. Yeah, 7 a.m. Sun was up and shit. And the group that my homeboy Gigolo was in was called Criminal Rage. So Criminal Rage consisted of Gigolo, Road Dogg, Lady G, you know what I'm saying, Third Degree. Road Dogg is his big homie from El Dorado that he mentioned earlier. Yeah. So we were somehow crossing paths and never meeting years ago, dog. And it's funny because it's like, what the fuck? Like, you know so-and-so? Yeah, I know so-and-so. That's my big homie. That's my big homie, you know? And, just seeing those things and meeting those people, like he said, man, like, damn, I can't believe I'm in the studio. And D from Trinity Garden Cartel was right there, fucking rapping his ass off, dog. And I'm sitting there like, what the fuck? I'm 17. Like, man, this dude's going hard. Like, hell yeah. Like, what the fuck am I doing here? You know what I'm saying? But, man, it was cool, man. Just, meeting people and then connecting with them years later. Yeah. And kind of like coming from the same background, you know what I'm saying? Kind of having come up on the same local music scene, SPC, SUC, and, TGC and all this shit that, was basically the fucking foundation for hip-hop in Houston. Yeah. And then, shit. I don't know if I answered your question or if I went off on a fucking tangent and shit.
That's all good. It's the more we learn, the better. So, well, since I have the idea that you guys were rapping, you guys been rapping, the same amount of time. Was there any big like legends that you've linked up with?
No, to be honest, no, man. Other than being in the studio, with D from Trinity Garden Cartel, I lived upstairs from Herb Man from Trinity Garden Cartel. Meeting Mike B. Probably those were, maybe the biggest, local celebrities that I met. But I never did any music with anybody. I was doing music with my homeboy Gigolo for a while. And then, I just I really kind of went on hiatus. You know what I'm saying? I did other genres. I did Christian rap for a while in the early 2000s, and then I just stopped doing music for maybe 8 years or something like that. And since I've been back on it, it's kind of crazy because I you know crossed paths and united with other guys my age who had done music previously, and then maybe went on hiatus, and then are doing music again. And it's cool, man. Like, it feels good because it's like we all have the same thing in common, which is a love for music. And but now doing it, it's kind of like it's still cool and it's still fun. That's why we do it.
Yeah.
But like kind of minus all the bullshit, you know what I'm saying? Like, because at the end of the day, look, man, I have a day job,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, and whatnot. But to meet other people that's like, you know what, man, like, we still got it. We're still doing it. Fucking hell of a producer, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hell of a background, you know what I mean? And then
Yeah.
even the other guys that aren't here, AB and Chop, newcomers in the game that, don't have as many miles on them, but they have some fucking motion going.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Marky Malice, man, he's from Brooklyn. He'll tell you himself next time you get him. Hard, dog.
Yeah.
The single is out, Fully Loaded, man. You see what Marky Malice can do.
Yeah.
Move a crowd, and like Chop always says, man, every time I hear Marky, man, I feel like fucking fighting and shit. Yeah, shout out.
Man, that's what's up. So, well then how do you? I know you said Chop is the reason why you linked up with them. Well then, how did you link up with Chop?
Man, I met Chop, I think it was maybe the end of 2020, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I was featured on a compilation, The Golden Rule.
Really?
I was on The Golden Rule, and he was on it. Apparently, Bad Child, who produced that, is friends with somebody over there on the east side, or cousin.
Yeah.
A cousin to somebody.
Yeah, I think
Jeezy maybe,
he told me.
or one of them. They all know each other.
Yeah.
Jeezy knows Bad Child's cousins and all this and that, and then AB and Jeezy,
Yeah.
or AB and Chop know Jeezy, Jeezy and Flacco know Joe Chris, and everybody fucking knows everybody.
Yeah. so Bad Child's the reason why
That's
Chop.
how I met Chop and AB, because he hit me up. I had known him since maybe 2016. I really wasn't doing anything on, like, I didn't have an online presence. I wasn't dropping any projects, but I love music, man. So I heard of him through a coworker, reached out to him. That's when SoundCloud was popping. And he, I would flow on his beats, and he said, man, come through. Went over there and recorded a song with him that has never been released. We may release it, but that's how we met. Kind of helped me get my feet wet again and go into the studio writing. I would send him shit, and he'd be like, fucking change that. And I'll be like, man, I fucking hate you, dog. But I appreciate him because he tells me the truth.
Yeah.
He don't lie to me, and it's like, he's like, fucking change it, dude. I'm like, you motherfucker, man. But I made a decision to myself not to be hard-headed and be like, you know what? I'm getting older.
Yeah.
Not that I want to compete with the youngsters, but I got to come with something. You know what I'm saying? So I said, you know what? I'm going to take his advice. And when he would fucking tell me, hey, redo this. Because before it'd be like, fuck, like, no one's going to tell me what to do. But he put me on that. He met AB and them through his cousin. He threw them on that. We met at a concert with John Black. The rest is history, man. We've been rocking since 2020.
Yeah, that's what's up. So everything that you've done with Joe Chris has been Brown by Honor and just this EP?
Is that it? We did Bound by Honor with Chop. The 3 songs I'm on this EP, and some other stuff that is recorded, but
yeah, gotcha. Okay.
It's coming.
Yeah. Sure. All right. Well, I guess if we can pass the mic back to Joe Chris. Before we do start talking about the project, I know there's a couple fellas that aren't here. It's Marky Malice, Chop the Father, and AB, correct?
Yeah.
That's it. Okay. So, this group? You guys are all called the Horsemen. How did you come up with that name? When did that start?
All right, so Fully Loaded, which is the single that's out right now, was a song we put together. And it's funny how that song came together. It was actually for Chu, and I don't know who else we were gonna add on it. And Marky was just happened to be in the studio with us. And little did we know Marky was starting to write a verse. And it had already got real late, and he's like, well, let me just lay down what I have. So Marky laid it down, and he was like, how many bars is that? And I was like, it doesn't matter. I was like, you're done. That's a fucking hook. I was like, that's it. It's a hook. It was supposed to be a verse that follows right after Chu.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, that's it. It's a hook. Called on AB, reached out to Xicano, reached out to Chop, sent him the track. They all came on. And Chop calls me, and Chop's like, hey, he goes, how the Horseman doing? They finished the track, and I was like, hold that thought right there. I was like, man, I said, I think I just got an idea. Call Chop back, call AB, call everybody back, and I'm just like, man, I think we're gonna drop a little EP. We'll use this as a single, but let me work on some more music, and we're gonna come up with this, the Horseman. That's how it came about, and ever since we just ran with it, and this is basically the title of the album. It's a self-title, and I put volume 1 on it just for the fact that who knows, maybe we do a volume 2 at some point.
Okay.
Because we're always recording.
Yeah.
And whether we drop it as singles or something like that, it's something I can always piece together.
So so this is a Joe Chris EP that's titled The Horseman Volume 1?
No, everybody's a primary artist on here.
Okay.
It's not just about me. Yeah, everybody's a primary artist. When it comes out, it should be on everybody's page as a primary artist. And the title of the album is The Horseman.
Gotcha. Shoot, I was just going to ask you too. So if you do a volume 2 and you were to add somebody else, would they also be a primary artist, or would they be a feature?
I don't know if I would have to see it as a primary artist, because then I don't know. I guess that would be a group answer on that, a collab answer. But I think there's enough artists on here to be able to not to feature anybody, because everybody has their own lane. It's just, could we add on there? Yeah, probably. There's no hate, there's nothing but love with us, man. And if somebody can bring something, to the table and move at the pace, that work ethic pace that we need, and bring something versus, don't tie us down, then I think that's important also. So, it just happened, there's a lot of great artists out there, artists that we each work with, but this just happened to be that moment that we were all working together.
Yeah.
And this song came out, and so Chop made that statement. So, we all know the four horsemen, of the actual, all the freaking apocalypse stuff, the Bible stuff, and then you got the wrestlers, right? So it just kind of came together, but we didn't, it's more than 4, so we just called it the Horseman. And that was pretty clean when Chop came up with that, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna run with that, Chop. Because no one had, we didn't think about putting a project together, and that's how that came about.
Okay, but most projects that you do, it is under Joe Chris, though, right?
Yes and no. A lot of them, like if you see the one I did with AB Subile.
Oh, okay. Well,
that's a primary artist. Yeah, we're each primary artist. Chu and I on City of Gold, we're primary artists.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because it's more than just being about me. I've dropped 2 projects that are mine solely, like the
Brown Power.
Average Brown Boy.
Oh.
That was something I did. And then Schoolboy Saga, which is the first one I did.
Oh, okay.
And that was again releasing and that's named after my old man that had passed away.
Oh, yeah. Sorry to hear
that was his nickname as a kid. So
nice. So, and now I'm curious, because I know back then I don't think it was a trend, or it wasn't a main thing producers would do, but I do see now there are producers that are putting out albums. What made you say, I'm a producer, I'm gonna create albums, or instead just being, let me produce and it'll be so and so's album? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's
like staying more behind the scenes versus, yeah. Because I want to be able to put everybody together. It's just, I think that's more of the challenge, is being able to fit put the puzzle together with different artists of
Mhm.
music that I create. Kind of, I guess it's like a compilation,
Yeah.
and it's just being able, that's what inspires me, is just getting everybody I can together that wants to work and make it fit like a puzzle. It's a challenge, I guess. It's something that I don't know.
Is there somebody mainstream or anything that inspired you to want to create, compilation projects?
Um, I maybe wanted to hear more of Dr. Dre put a lot of people together.
Mm.
Dr. Dre's probably somebody I grew up on and kind of idol in as far as mixing and so maybe it's just something that I'm like, man, I just wish I would hear more artists be put together. Not so much DJ Khaled-ish. I guess that's kind of similar.
Yeah.
But not me being all on the project saying that. You know what I mean? Like, just kind of, I want to let everybody else shine and put themselves together and be able to grow together. Like, yeah, we can go get all these certain features and stuff like that, but I think it's important that I get with artists and we kind of just start growing together, and we all hit different levels of fans and maybe if someone's not on, then maybe like Xicano starts going, then it's passed the baton to somebody else, and we kind of keep moving together, and we all keep the race going, the marathon running, because it's a marathon. It's a marathon.
Yeah. Gotcha. And I also I am kind of curious because I notice everybody who's you work with is because of somebody else's, friendship with somebody. So, how, you already knew Chop. He linked you up with Chicano.
I didn't know Chop right away, though.
Huh?
I didn't know Chop right away.
Well, who'd you say?
Okay. So so first off, Marky's my cousin.
Okay.
So me and Marky have kind of been in the music game together, working, just, doing stuff. I knew Jeezy before a lot of people.
Okay, Jeezy.
And Jeezy's and Flacco with, pouring up, talking shit. They linked me to AB.
Okay.
And then that's where it all sprung from there.
Okay. So, my question is there any artists that you personally reach out to, like you don't know them, you don't tell, like somebody doesn't suggest them to you and bring them a part of the project? Is there somebody you've ever reached out to directly? Or it's just always been because, Chu knew somebody or AB knew somebody?
So. I mean,
that's all.
I never thought Xicano. I actually reached out to Xicano through IG, linked up, kind of let him know, sent him some stuff, and then he hit me up. It was the Malandro song, I think, remix that he was like, man, I really dig this, man. And I was like, yeah. No, you say that, but like, yeah, I guess it's been because Chu linked me up with GT Garza.
Mm-hmm.
My cousin Gabe with Movida linked me up with Bo Bundy.
Yeah.
Isaiah De Leon, like, just being able to it's just been like that, networking, using network at its finest, and being able to come to Chicano. If I have a song, hey Chicano, and what I usually tell the artists, if I'm working with them and they want to add a feature, add whoever you want, man. If you find whoever can come to this project and add life to it and who works as hard as you, then bring them on. Like, it's all love, man. Like, just keep the music going, keep us. I have no problem working with anybody. Yeah. Like, same thing with Carlos Slim. Like, when me and AB did that song with him, and told AB, hey, he's like, I think I know who I want on this song. I was like, get him.
Oh, that's nice.
Get him. Like, yeah, just let's keep moving. Let's John Black gets on the song too, so let's keep moving. Like, it's all love, man. It's just pass the baton, keep the baton going.
Damn, that's what's up. I like that. Like,
yeah,
that's
I'm just open to anything as long as people work. Like, because we're all busy. All of us are really busy, and so just we're all on a schedule. So let's just get it done and really don't have deadlines on things as much as we can, unless we got to put it out. Because most of the artists we work with, or I work with, actually they do their due diligence, and I get their vocals in like no later than a week. AB's close to me. AB just comes by the studio and lays his verse. He's always coming in. I probably got like songs waiting to be released with Chu. I find them every day. Like, oh shoot, Chu, we got this one. Oh, and it's like, all right, well, let's keep working on it and try to perfect it.
Yeah. Oh shit, that's dope. But Anyways, well, shoot, let's go back to the project. So it's 4 tracks, right?
Yeah, 4 tracks with an intro, so it's 5 tracks total.
5 tracks. So that intro, who's that talking?
Oh man, that's our boy Big Sid, the Texas Titan, man. He's a very good artist out of H-Town.
Mm.
Independent artist, and big shout out to Big Sid. He also does voiceovers for other projects, or whether it's anything that's going on, little cartoons or whatever. He does all those voiceovers. So he's a real good friend of mine. And I called him, gave him the idea for an intro, kind of wrote some of it, and he went ahead, recorded it, and sent it to me. And with the intro, I just had his vocals, and then I just started adding stuff around it and working around him and stuff like that. So thank you, Big Sid. We appreciate you, man. Yeah.
Okay, that was dope. And then the next track, what's it called? The
Horseman theme.
The Horseman theme. And that's when you had everybody on there, huh?
That's everybody's on there, yeah. And we kind of, again, trying to make the project like a movie, kind of the sense of a movie, and it's the Horseman, so we kind of keep that concept going in with the theme right there.
Yeah. Now, yeah, there's I mean, I don't know if I could say it, just so the person watching is all like, what's he talking about? But you had that little effect, throughout each verse, and I was like, damn, that was nice. That was a nice little
yeah.
touch
So
to it.
I had wanted to add the effect you talked about, and Marky's the one that said, hey, we should do it in between each one and multiply them as they kind of get to the end, and at the end everybody.
So it's the first one,
and it's real light. It's real substance. It's real, small substance.
Well, I can't wait to hear this shit again.
Yeah. But it's kind of like, it's not very, it's just very light, because it would kind of, I didn't want it to over, but it's just enough for maybe you listen to it the second or third time, you're kind of like, oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, damn, that's badass. That's tight. That's that's something cool to know. That was a little
it's the
fun
little
fact.
things, and again, that stuff happened when I pulled the project back and was like, it's not done yet. There's something, the feeling ain't right.
Oh, you did mention that. So what was the original date?
July 14th, I believe.
And so it got pushed.
Or 14th or 21st. It was one of those days.
Okay, and the reason why I got pushed back, because you just want to add little things here and there.
Add things. Called my boy Ryan the Thief over, and he came and helped me bless it. A couple tracks on there, and that's it. So it's probably about 99.9% done. We're just kind of still on a little bit of mastering stage of one of the songs, but other than that, it's done.
Okay, so I'm guessing you don't have a due date yet.
Probably getting with the guys here. It's about to come. Pretty soon. It's about to come.
Gotcha.
So once it's solidified, and I had to show a couple of them. Like for Xicano today, it was one of the first times that he got to hear the actual stuff that I did to the track. The extras. The track was already there. Don't get me wrong, but it was just the extras that needed to make it cinematic.
Just curious, the people in this room are the only ones that have heard that?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. I can't wait till the other guys check it out.
Us 4. That's it. Yeah.
Oh, shit. And then, damn, that was something else to say. I forgot. And then what's the next track? What was it?
It's called Price to Pay, featuring AB and Xicano.
Xicano. Oh, okay, man. Chicano's verse was crazy on that one. I'm gonna hype that one up for real. But yeah, that one was dope. I like that.
Yeah, it kind of puts you in the mood. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of let you and the whole idea with the project is to be able to let these guys display their lyrics. Being lyrical, but at the same time not letting every track, every beat sound the same. Being able to show my versatility as well. Not being able to just stick to one sound and be able to create and make and challenge everybody, get them out their comfort zone just a little bit.
Gotcha. And then what's the third track?
Sicario shit, which is the one with little skits in between each verse.
Okay, there was Chu, Marky,
and Chop.
Okay, so Chop's on all 4. No, all 3.
Nobody's on all 4.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the concept, being able to divide them a little bit and give them each their own little
Oh, okay.
track,
That's
and then
good.
two tracks with all of them.
Now I'm curious. Why didn't you make this a full length album
I
or
want you to
longer?
replay it.
Oh, okay.
Nah, man, it's just it's tough getting all these guys together and us, because then we can probably go on for days. To be honest with you, we probably can,
Yeah.
and we probably will. But everybody's busy, and
Yeah.
being able to do this for EP test the waters and see what we can do with it. Again, is why I made it Volume 1. Who knows? Volume 2 could be after this, and we go a different route and figure something else out and keep giving folks what they want to hear and let these guys keep expressing their art. But yeah, I ask myself that too. Don't think I don't, man. Like I'm like, man, I feel like I want to hear one more song, but nah, I think that's it right there.
So now I got another question. This involves if there is a volume 2. Curious, if there was somebody in the group that said they can't do the next volume for whatever the case is that gonna ruin, it being called the Horseman? Or I mean, is that gonna mess it up? Or are you gonna say, well, let me just do a different project without you and keep these guys on another one? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I think we have to be together.
You have to.
I
So
think
if somebody says
then I don't know if it
I
gets.
can't do it, then okay, well then the Horseman, there's no more volumes after that.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. I mean, really haven't thought about that. Man, you trying to TMZ me, man. You trying to like put me on the spot, and it's something I never thought about. I never thought about nobody really being together like that. But if, yeah, I think because it's something we kind of created together, and I'm all about the love. I'm not
Yeah.
here to like say one's better than the other. I'm here to do my job, put my work in, and I hope if we do a Volume 2, I mean, everybody's all in, and it may take longer because people are busy, and that's fine, whatever. There's no rush, and we just put it together. We're doing 4 or 5 track EPs, and that's fine. And who knows, maybe it's just a single that we just do again at some point.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay. So the only reason why I ask is because everybody sees things differently, and some people might just say, "Oh, I'm done with rapping," or just they're too, I don't want to say big headed, but or they're just too busy doing other shit, and I guess they just can't, come back.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you guys think? Shoot, I don't know. I mean, if somebody doesn't come back for the right reason, then we'd have to have their blessing at the same time. Say, hey, look, we're gonna do another project. If you don't want to do it, no hard feelings. But the show must go on, and if people are asking for it, then I guess that's a different story. Yeah. But we haven't released it yet. So, but if people are asking for it, that's a different thing. And if something we can put together, and we'll do it. But with all respect of everybody in this EP, that's what it's about, is respecting each other and everybody putting in their own, putting in their due diligence and work, man, because as much as I want to carry the baton and keep pushing the load, I'll do it. But I can only go so far. Yeah. Iron sharpens iron. I need Xicano. I need Chu. I need, it's like I need, even going to Carlos Slim, like these guys that are in this circle and working together, like we all need each other. We're power in numbers, man. Power in numbers, like, and that's, to me, I feel like that's what we do well, is we bring our numbers together and we'll carry each other, and I think that's big. Yeah. Honestly do, and I don't mind working with anybody and everybody, but as far as the Horseman, I think. The project, the title, I think since, it kind of came up with this group. Yeah. I think it almost has to stay that way. Yeah. But that's me. Yeah. And I'm all ears to somebody else saying, hey, well, let's do it like this. Hey, so-and-so's got, doing it, got life going on. Yeah. Then with his blessing or so forth, then we'll say, hey, we're going to do this, and we'll do that. And
like you mentioned earlier when you were saying, I think you had touched on it a little bit earlier when you were saying if something were to happen, about passing the baton, say somebody can't do it because, like he said, life happens. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the show must go on. Everybody's going to be doing something, and it ain't no love lost. But like he said, the project hasn't even come out yet. Let's see what it does. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, you've seen Young Guns?
No.
Yeah, with Emilio Estevez.
Showing our age over here. Go look it up. It's streaming everywhere, I'm sure nowadays. Young Guns Part 1, and then there's Young Guns Part 2. And guess what, man? In Part 2, man, there's maybe a new character or two. You know what I'm saying? But it's the same posse. You know, I don't know. Just throwing that out there.
I like that analogy. That was a great analogy, and that's how I kind of see things. Like, I feel like no one's bigger than anybody else. You know what I mean? Like, no one's bigger than the next person. We all kind of bring our own. That's why I drop everybody as primary artists, because I don't like it. You know, Joe Chris Presents, like, nah, you know, I mean, nah, it's just we're all in this together, and we all have our role, and it's kind of like if we all work together in unity, then it's synergy, man, with us when we get together, and I like that we work well together, and everybody has their own lane. Yeah, you know, you put this many, I guess, like, heads together and strong folks together, there's not going to be, you know, everybody's, may be some disagreements, but everybody makes each other work hard.
Yeah.
And that's fine. You know, you don't expect everybody to like what one person's doing, but we respect each other, and that's what needs to happen, you know. And at the same time, when you talk about the second one, I think it's a respect thing, but like the show goes on,
yeah.
But with the respect and the blessing of the other person, we're gonna, you know. But like you said, ain't even out yet, man.
Yeah.
So
my bad, talking too far into the future.
yeah.
Anyways, now on to the last song. The last song was fully loaded. You guys did a music video to it. Like I was telling you before we started recording, that was kind of the first time I heard of Marky, and I like the hook. You know, I think y'all were talking earlier about how every time it come up, it just pumped you up. You were ready, and that was a good, dope single. That was a good introduction, I felt like, you know, to the project. And that's the one you said that was just supposed to be.
Well, it started off with Chu. We didn't have I don't think we had an idea of who we wanted to put on there, to be honest with you. And you remember?
You sent it to me.
Yeah, I sent it to quite a few people. I think I was in Richmond, Virginia when I sent it to you.
You sent it to me, and I jammed it. And I was like, man, it's a badass beat. And I'm like, fucking racking my brain, like, man, like he just shot it to me. You can do some of this? I'm like, of course, you know, fuck yeah, you know.
But there was no concept down yet.
But
Yeah.
There was no hook, no nothing. So I'm like, he sent it to me, and I'm kind of like trying to come up with something, a vibe, or like, man, what's the topic? What am I gonna say? Because it's kind of a different beat. It's faster, you know what I'm saying? So I sat on it for a while. I'm working on other shit at the same time, but coming back to it, I'm jamming with the headphones. Man, what the fuck? And he hadn't said nothing about it after that, you know, whatever. So then he sends it to me again one day, and it has Chu and Marky on there. And it was funny because I'm listening to it. I'm like, man, this bitch is hard. He hadn't asked me to be on it yet. He just sent it to me, you know, let me hear it. I'm like, man, this bitch is hard. But then I'm like, I snapped. I was like, pulled up the other file, hit play. It's the same fucking beat. But I tripped out because what they did, I wouldn't have fucking come up with that. You know what I'm saying? But after I heard what they did on it, I was able to jump on the wave and give my little piece. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, fuck, man, I had that beat. I've been having it for maybe a month. They wrecked that shit, Marky and Chu. And then I'm like, fuck. And then he's like, hey, well, Chop's on it too. I'm like, no shit. Like, damn, I want to hear that.
Yeah.
I go record my verse over there, and then they're like, hey, you know, AB's on there now, right? I'm like, what the fuck? Because the Horseman didn't exist yet.
Yeah.
The project, it was just a single. So I'm like, what the fuck, man? So I had heard his, you know, I went and dropped mine. I heard Chops, and I still hadn't heard AB. So I'm like, fuck, I need to hear the final version. What the fuck is this? Ends up in us all back and like, hey man, what do you think about doing an EP? Fucking rest is history.
Yeah, good times, man. Good times. We kind of sat on that for a little bit, I believe.
Yeah. It's taking a little while to do these four songs.
Yeah.
It you know, it came together. Yeah, it's coming together, and it came together well.
Okay.
And I think the challenge was being able to make a carne guisada with like only 4 ingredients, you know, and being able to like make this taste really good, really quick, you know. And I think that's hopefully, you know, people like what we put out, and hopefully it accomplishes that feel that damn, this pretty, it's pretty substance, pretty
Yeah.
thick,
Nah, yeah, it's a pretty good EP. I would highly recommend it. And yeah,
Appreciate that.
I do hope there's a volume 2 and a 3 and as far as you can go, I guess. And sure, I'm not gonna lie, I do kind of hope it does turn into an album instead of an EP, but
Ooh.
that's up to you guys or whatever.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not scared of the work, but it's just being able to get that
Yeah.
many artists together. But I think being able to test the waters with an EP and then, who knows, go from there, But I think it's going to give you that album feel, just how,
Yeah.
cinematic it can be and make you feel like, oh, man. And plus, give us that replay, that replay value. Like
Yeah, you got
Xicano was mentioning, man, just jam it on your way to work and home from work. Like
That's it.
that's all you need.
Hell yeah. So man, I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of all the questions I do have left. For the remainder time, I kind of do want to see if you guys want to talk about any future projects or anything else you got, like upcoming music videos. I don't know if you're gonna plan on doing another video from the project or anything like that.
Yeah, I had mentioned a couple of the guys maybe doing the Horseman theme, a video. I think that would be pretty nice there. See if we can maybe drop it before the project drops. If not, then we can drop it after, no problem. But what I would really like is probably be able to get this performed somewhere, a couple songs or so. Get out there and have these guys perform it. The EP, because it's substance, and I think it'll bring the right crowd and energy because it is energetic. But as far as future projects, I'm always working, man, and I'm willing to work with anybody. But personally, Chu and I have another one coming out. It's going to be a small EP also, probably about 4 or 5 songs. I think we're maybe like 3 or 4 into it, actually, right? We haven't decided. We're 4. We haven't decided to go 5 yet.
Any features or just Chu?
No, I think it's only Xicano and Marky. Oh yeah, T-Dub, Marky and Xicano. I think that's it. It's trying to just showcase Chu a little bit more, and it's gonna be off the walls. It's a left field. It's totally different from what we're doing here. It'll be great. It's something, we always got to reinvent ourselves. So try not to do the same thing twice. I know people want to always hear like, oh, it's not easy to keep creating the same song that someone really, really loves, like, because that moment is gone. You know what I mean? When you make that moment of a song and you're like, man, why can't you keep doing that same song? Well, it's like, that moment that we all had for that song, that artistic moment, it's gone.
Yeah.
And I can't bring that moment back. Now, I can bring a vibe back. I can bring some energy back. I can do stuff like that. But being able to reinvent yourself is big for me. I try to not make all my beats sound the same. And that, to me, is a big thing, But as far as projects, again, get back to your thing. It's just right now I got Chu coming on. I just got a call from Big Set. He's trying to do something, so he called me to produce a couple tracks for his project coming out or something separate. He's like, whatever, man, let's just get together and do some stuff. Other than that, I really don't have anything on board. It's just working, man. I'll reach out to Xicano again, and we'll just keep going. That's what we do. We just keep moving. I'll make some music, and whoever wants to work, I'm willing to work, drop singles or whatever. It's no problem. Like, I'm down. I'm always down. I'm always here, man. Anybody wants to work, I'm always here. Yeah.
That's what's up. Well, I know he just said you guys got a project, but do you have anything, that's not with Joe?
Yeah, I just recently dropped a single, Remember Me, featuring Ice Water Slaughter, Road Dogg, and my homeboy Ego. And it's produced by Sean Solo. So I just dropped that about a week ago, 2 weeks ago, maybe.
Okay.
But, man, if you ain't heard it, man, it's something dope, you know what I mean? Something different. I got an album, like I said, EP about to drop with Joe Chris. I got another album I'm about to drop with my homeboy Road Dogg. Goodfellas album, you know what I'm saying? It's production by Joe Chris, Michael Banks, Mike B, and Sean Solo. And hopefully this fall we're dropping that album, man. We already we did the video, that H-Town. I don't know if you have seen it or me post it, but
I think the last video I saw is where you guys are at it's director Julian's spot.
Fog
The one
Lights.
that we went.
All the
Fog
Fog
Lights.
Lights.
That's the
on, yeah.
last song I remember from you.
Yeah, I dropped a few of them. Me and Road Dogg dropped the single H Town, produced by Sean Solo, and really it's the remake of like Almost Swing and a Bang because it's beat produced by Sean Solo, and he did the one for ESG from back in the day.
Oh,
So
shit.
yeah, it's featuring Need the Truth. So man, if you ain't heard it, man, I think it's an H Town classic already. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's straight. You know, I'm straight H Town. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can hear it in my music, you know, everything, you know what I mean? And that's just like Chicano said, something we grew up on, man. We grew
Yeah.
up screwed up, you know, SUC, Swisher House, and shit, you know what I'm saying? It's Houston, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But put that Mexican, that Chicano flavor into it, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
that Vato Reza off tacos, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I got that going, and like I said, I'm just keep dropping singles, man. I got a lot of music, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I'm just about to, like I said, I'm about to drop another single with GT, but right after that, I'm dropping the Concrete Jungle album we did together. So that motherfucker heavy, man. I got
Yeah.
we got, like I said, production, Risco Funk, Noki Swaze,
Working.
Rex on the beat. Yeah, man, it's just working, bro. Like I said, Joe always keeps me working, man. Like I said, he's like, hey, Chu, you got, hey, check this one out, check this one out. Like in one day, he'll send me about 3 of them. Hey, see what you could do, you know what I mean? But that's what it's about, you know what I mean? That's what we do it for, you know, is,
Oh, sure.
you know, shit, at times there was nobody sending me beats, bro. You know what I'm saying? There was nobody hitting me up for, you know what I mean? So now that we got it, we doing it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, bro. So that's about it, man. Like I said, we got a video shoot August 3rd with my homie Road Dogg. We dropping a single called In the Booth, you know what I mean? But
Okay.
y'all ain't got nothing, you know. I know y'all show up, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, that's about it, bro. Like I said, we just keep it moving and grooving, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
I gotcha. Okay.
hell yeah. So try to stay busy, man. And what's crazy, you know, I started saying all this shit, and I still feel we could do more, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it's just, you know what I'm saying? So, like I said, in the future, I want to still work with Chicano, Chop, AB, drop, you know what I'm saying? Track singles, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Marky, you know what I mean? But it's a for sure, you know what I mean? So, but like I said, man, just keep me on your radar, man. I'm gonna keep dropping them, man.
All right, we'll be watching.
Already, bro.
And Chicano, man, I feel like you've been a little quiet since you dropped your album.
Damn.
I mean, you be coming with the features, but there ain't been no singles off you lately.
Yeah. Yeah. So after we dropped Too Old to Die Young, with No Sleep, shout out No Sleep, Sandman, Bad Child, Young Elder, kind of been on hiatus, you know what I'm saying? And but I got shit in the tuck, you know what I'm saying? Like I have stuff that I'm working on, stuff that I got planned. And then, you know, with the Horseman, man, like it's like right on time, you know what I'm saying? Some hard ass songs, and you know, it's gonna be dropping soon, so that'll be out there, you know what I'm saying, to promote and to pump. I have a follow up coming for Too Old to Die Young. There was a couple tracks that didn't make it onto that project. That project is, I think, 6 songs with an interlude, and a couple didn't make it on there. And the reason they make it on there, they didn't really fit the vibe. You know, if you listen to it, it's like a audio book almost. You know, it has the different sounds, and it kind of like puts you in a story. You know what I'm saying, from the beginning to the end. and those 2 tracks or 3 tracks didn't like fit into it. You know what I'm saying? And we almost did it, but it felt forced. It didn't. You know, it kind of fucked up the flow.
Yeah.
So these other tracks, man, they're pretty big tracks. One of them is like probably like 8 minutes, and they're probably like pushing 10 minutes and shit. You know, I have a ton of fucking artists on there.
Yeah.
And so it's like, man, you know what, dog? Like, you know, in Houston back in the day, you know, the group SPC, the South Park Coalition, man, they used to always do click songs. Like at the end of, like, they had like a ton of fucking members, 20 members or some shit, man.
Yeah.
A lot. Shout out K Reno. And you know, so at the end of K Reno's album, there's a click song, and there might be fucking 15 of them dudes on there.
Damn.
10-minute song. At the end of Gangsta Nip's album, you know what I'm saying? At the end of Point Blank's album, Klondike Cat, the Lyrical Lion, you know what I'm saying? Like, they would have a click song at the end of their album, and it was never the same dudes because there were so many fucking members. Somebody was locked up, or somebody wasn't rapping no more. Just there's one of them where they're like, man, like they don't even know where the person, like they don't know where one of the dudes is at. They just ain't seen him in a while. So whoever's there, bam. So every song you're getting a different damn, you know, mix of people.
Yeah.
But it was always hard because they're all out trying to outdo each other. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to be the weakest on a click song. And that's what I grew up, like, came up listening to, you know what I'm saying? This local shit. And so that was always a thing. Hey, man, that new Klondike Cat's coming out. Oh, fuck, man. And you know it's going to be jamming, but who the fuck's going to be on the click song at the end, dog? You know? And it was always something like, damn, that's dope. So to me, it's kind of like paying homage to Houston underground hip-hop. Those that laid the foundation and those that came before us that we came up listening to, you know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of people, everybody knows the SUC, of course, you know what I'm saying? But I remember my homeboys, they jammed nothing but SPC. And I'm like, what? Like, what? And you never heard of AC Chill? You never heard of Point Blank, Reckless Clan, and 20 to Life, and all these? And like, damn, 20 to Life had to click, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, they'd be wrecking on there. So I said, you know what, fuck it, man. Let's do this shit, man. Let's take it back. So I got a track that has like 8 dudes on it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that's going hard right now, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're all on one track together, you know? Then I got another one that has like another 7 or 8 dudes on there, you know what I'm saying? And another group of people that are not on the other song, you know what I'm saying? And it's dope, man, because they all go hard. They're all hitters. And
So you got a bunch of Clica songs.
yeah, a couple of them.
Okay.
They're pretty long, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, this could be its own shit, you know what I'm saying? So I haven't been doing anything, like you said, for a couple of months. Thanks for calling me out.
Hey, but you've been coming on these features,
well, and that was kind of my strategy. Because I had talked to Chop about this all back, because he told me the same fucking thing. I think y'all might have been talking, dog. Because he's like, calls me, hey, been kind of quiet for a while. I'm like,
Nah,
you know
hey, he does the same shit to me. He'll hit me up. You've been pretty quiet. What's going on? You all right? You getting depressed over there? Nah, I'm good. What you talking about?
Checking on your mental health and shit.
Yeah.
And y'all can't see him, but he's wearing a Chop the Father shirt, man. But yeah, he hit me up. Hey, you being kind of quiet. Like, man, I got shit in the tuck. I said, look. And then Chop and I were featured on Navy Jones, Fuego. So, and I told Chop, like, look, man, Fuego's coming out soon. That'll ride for a couple months. You know what I'm saying? Then after that, I forgot what else, you know what I'm saying? Something else, all right, that. And then, you know what? Horseman coming in July. Like, dude, I got this planned out, dog. Like, someone's going to hear my name somewhere within the next few months on this song, this project, this song. While like I said, I took a little sabbatical, you know what I'm saying? But I got shit in the tuck, man. I got that follow-up to Too Old to Die Young with No Sleeps. And another thing I got is I'm encouraging and pushing my son, my producer, artist son, to drop a single before he goes back to school. He'll be starting high school. So I told him, man, you need to have a song out before summer's up, man. So kind of trying to encourage and push him to do that. And then also I'm gonna run it back with my boyfriend Beezy. We dropped a couple of singles last year. We're gonna drop something like an EP, hopefully before this year is up. Nothing to prove. We have a couple of dope features on there, but mainly it's just me and him. He's a dope producer and rapper, old school hip hop artist. Not very big social media presence, but you know he uploads shit to Spotify all the time. So if you subscribe to him on Spotify, you see he's always dropping songs, even though he's not fucking posting on Facebook, Instagram, you know, daily, which is pretty dope. I'm like, damn, you know, because he gets some love off of just dropping on Spotify and YouTube. And last but not least, I'm gonna drop a project with Rojos out of Denver, Colorado.
Yeah.
I have about 7 tracks, and it's gonna be called El Camino Rojo, the Red Road, and it's dope.
Yeah.
It's dope.
Yeah.
So, and I'm saying all this on here so y'all can hold me accountable, like Chop. You know, when I see him, I'm dragging my feet. I'm like, fuck, man. Remember the Latinx interview, man? You better get off your ass.
He's gonna bring it up.
That's really it, man. And like he said, he got so much fucking music in the vault. Last time when I went to drop a verse, I probably stayed for another 30, 40 minutes of him just showing me, hey, man, check this out. Hey, man, check this out. Hey, man, look, I got this one with you. Hey, man, I got this one with Marky. I got this one with Big Sid. Hey, check this, man. And he's just, I'm sitting there like, fuck, dog, you got a bunch of music, dog. And he ain't lying when he says that. He'll shoot you something. Hey, man, what can you do with this? He shot me some old school Suavecito. And I'm like, dog, what? Like, he has a shitload of stuff in the tuck, too, man. So I know that, you know, he said we're gonna stay working, man. Stay busy, putting out singles. I got other shit coming with Bad Child. So that's all kinds of shit, bro. It's dope though. It's fun to be this age and busy and working, and you know what I'm saying. Still loving it. Still having, you know. Hell yeah. So there's plenty of shit coming, man. I gotta fuck this year up. Still got a few months left, dog.
Shit, well. Man, well, that's what's up, though. Man, that's really all I got. And I mean, you already told me what you guys got coming on, and I guess if you want to say anything extra to the mic, you're more than welcome.
That's what's up. First and foremost, man, I'd like to thank you, Latinx, for having us, and means a lot. Means a lot. It really does. And big shout out to Marky Malice, Chop, AB. Couldn't be here, but big shout out. And the Horseman. Hope everybody enjoys it. And we worked hard for it, you know. We're working hard on it, and like to give the people something to listen to. And thank you again, Latinx, man. Appreciate you.
Yeah, no, already, man. Appreciate you, Latinx, for coming through, showing love. Shout out to the homie Marky, Chop AB. You know what I'm saying? You know, like I said, Big Chu the Gorilla. You know what I'm saying? Gonna flood the rest of the year, like Xicano said. So, you know. Like I said, shout out to everybody on the album, and you know, like I said, appreciate your time too. Thank you, man.
No problem.
They said it all, though. Appreciate y'all, man.
Sir.